to Mark. In March 2008, Ken Chenault, the CEO of American Express at the time, said, and I quote, "A difficult economic environment argues for the need to innovate more, not to pull back," unquote. I'm going to assume that this is true for everyone and ask, how do you make this happen while dealing with the pressures of running your business today?
Well, it's difficult. I mean, you have to have faith in your idea, I think, number one, because uh, we're all businesses. We have to support with revenue the businesses that we run and operate them, hopefully for growth over time. And that can be difficult in tough economic times, depending on the business that you're in, and how affected it is. But ultimately, if you're building a product that's innovative enough, and again, kind of back to what we talked about at the beginning, it's reacting to a time like we're in and hopefully getting ahead of the market, or at least at the leading edge of the market, where you can capitalize when things do get better. I think that's why, Ed, you see companies that have adapted doing well now, and generating revenue because they've been able to sort of skate where the puck is going during this time. And so as long as you're able to, which can be difficult if you're just getting started, but as long as you're able to, survive from a revenue standpoint and keep the doors open, and even if you're just, level setting through this time, but you're building something that's going to hopefully emerge you at the front of the line when it's all over, I think that's really key to getting through and making sure you're moving in the right direction during these times.
Okay. Steve and Cyrus, thoughts?
Yeah, I would definitely echo that. Like I said earlier, is the world, we won't be in a pandemic forever, and I really think that this is the time to go as fast as you can, while the rest of the world in some cases are forced to just be a little bit slower. I think this is to your advantage right now, and I think Mark pointed out a good caveat. Obviously, is money doesn't grow on trees, and sometimes your revenue is drying up, and so you have to, once you can get your baseline obviously sorted out, figured out, whatever it is. I think too, I know for us, as we looked at this year as we had high hopes for it as an outdoor brand, and it's been a little more muted than we expected, but we looked at it as a great example, a great time to do the best we can, so that when we come out of this, that we are already ahead of our competition. So I think, I really think this is the time to go as fast as you can.
Okay. Steve, anything you want to add?
Well, it's a great time to be thinking about the next steps, the future, and where you're going to take it. And yeah, everybody is spot on. You still have to grind every day and make sure that you're covering all the bases of what you've already developed. But I think that's just a mindset, to be honest with you. I think it's a mindset that a lot of us entrepreneurs go into every day, and it's like, what's next? What what can I do with our current IP to further develop it into new IP that's going to be marketable? It's the way you look at every situation. It's the way you approach every day. You've got these core things that have to get taken care of, and the core business has to continue to thrive, or has to continue to operate, efficiently. But I think the reason why we're all sitting here today is because we understand what it's like to look out at the horizon and try to project what's next, basically.
Okay. Dinah?
I'll add a quote to your quote, Ed. Winston Churchill once said, "A good crisis should never go to waste." So we're living through that right now. I think 2020, you can see it as having been a disaster, but there's in every disaster, there's problems that emerge, that it forces people to come together, to collaborate. And in our particular sector, digital health and healthcare, it's really, I think, driven home to people the need for collaboration, sometimes even over competition. So it's a question of as has already been mentioned by everyone on the subject, looking to the horizon or having your ear to the ground, just listening and just being open to unexpected opportunities for partnership. What are you doing that I need, or what am I doing that might help you out, and exploring those synergies, because there's no time like a time like this for that kind of exploration, I would say.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh.